One of Gongers. So we're going to check out just a little exploration of number or iteration in our gong playing. So just kind of we'll start by just seeing how it feels to play 5 strikes of the gong, and then to sort of just leave that to sort of settle in the mind. The mind just getting to hear 5, and then we'll explore what it's like when that 5 moves into more of a continuous cycle of occurring, of iterating, rather than being sort of five strikes of one statement. The 5 just becomes sort of the milieu or whatever for a sort of different experience. So we'll look at it here. So here's going to be our 5, just playing 5 strikes. Sort of gets the idea. We'll take one more cycle of those 5. And then we'll sort of speed up to like a middle range. Play it here. I might move up toward the rim for this, but we'll move into using the 5 count to create more of a steady rolling thing, kind of taking away the pauses. So we certainly don't have the long lingering of the initial. That takes so long just to even do those 5. That sort of intermediary that might be actually closer to where it ends up, but we basically take away that pausing, that holding, and let it become the other thing that's happening here is switching to an alternating sticking. I sort of missed that, like, and in a lot of ways that's sort of the crux of how this game will work in other numeration. So the 5, you know, when you're playing it on one hand, it'll tend to feel more like a single statement. And when you start to add that alternating, you do feel this more perpetuity to it all. So difference in how that can feel. When you allow it to go back and forth between the hands, it sort of loosens up, you know, your capacity to keep it going. Because if you're only doing it with that one hand in groups of 5, feel for yourself then. back and forth as each hand exchanges which one is sort of leading the plane of the 5, and you can do that with other numbers, certainly like 7. If we play the very slow 7. This is all playing 7 notes with a single hand. We can play those 7 faster with a single hand. One of the more important things I really actually even wanted to show here is 7 on one hand, but also not just alternating stickings, but other ways we can play that grouping. So for example, 3 and 4. That across the plane zones. Three on the inner rim, 4 on the outer. Do 5 and 2, I've never done it. Now I have. That feels interesting. So you can break it up all kinds of ways. With the 5. So that's something, of course, to be thinking about. You have your, different sort of sticking arrangements, and of course, yeah, you can apply that across. You can use those, those different playing zones to help explore that as well. So something else you can play with, gongers, keep gonging.